Welcome back to Middlefield Custom Sawmill. Today on the sawmill, we have this little gem. This is a black walnut log. It is 20 inches by 16 by 6 foot long. It gets narrower. I think you can see that there in the middle. It gets narrower. It's kind of old. You know, all the bark's come off it. And over on this side, we have a little bit of holes. But should make some really nice coffee table, end table type slabs. So we're cutting this one up today. Here's the back side of it. It's got some cracking going on. Should be okay. The only thing that bothers me about this log, and I don't know how I'm going to show you this. The only thing really wrong with this log is right down there. That's kind of a rotted limb that was cut off. So I don't know if what's inside here is going to be any good, but you can see that's below the main level there. So if I cut that off, it won't matter. We're just going to slab this thing all the way down. We're going to come down about here, flip it over, and slab the rest. And there you can see my bent. It's actually cracked right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's a crack. That's how bad that big log bent it. It's already chocolate brown. This is going to make pretty slabs. All right, here's the wood. That's actually some really pretty stuff. Can't hardly see the grain because of the lights here, but there you can see it pretty well. But it's not green, it's already brown. So this log, it's oxidized. So what I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut a couple of 1 1/4 inch slabs, and then some 2 inch towards the middle, and then 1 1/4 down at the other end. The 1 1/4s I'll probably make cutting boards with. cut, so that's scrap. We'll leave that there. And that's the next one. Good solid boards. Slabs I can actually lift. Nice. Still looking pretty much about the same. So now you can see the wood pretty well. That would definitely make some nice cutting boards. That cathedral grain pattern there is pretty cool. Alright, so getting pretty close to these. I'm going to flip it over, start cutting from the other side. I could cut boards out of that. Short boards. Give it a quick peek again. Figure's really coming in nice down here, but you know, there's a hole, so but that's pretty. See, that is some pretty stuff. That lit right up. Oh yeah. All right, so I got two 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch. I'm gonna cut this into 2-inch pieces, stack those on top and tie it all together. I'll show you some of the good stuff in here when I get cutting to it. Well, this came out better than expected. Check this one out. Pretty wood. Pretty wood. Walnut crotch. Oh yeah, that's the money board there. That's a nice one. And a fly. There's the second one. It's real pretty down at this end. And then, if I can get over here, here's the third one. There's some figure there too. That's nice. That's an epoxy hole though. But yeah, that's a pretty slab. That one's gonna need some patching. This one too. You know, there's some rot at the one end. But yeah, pretty wood. Pretty wood. And those are all 2 inches thick, so. Okay, there's the log all nice and tied up. We got 3 2-inch slabs. We got 3 1 1/4 inch slabs. And we got this cruddy thing that's sitting up on top, but I was looking at it and maybe that's not so cruddy. There's some patterns to that wood. If I could get out of the sun, there you go. I mean, that's some pretty stuff in there. That was a good little log. It wasn't too much work on a hot summer day, like like them big logs would be. I gotta cut them next. And I gotta wrap this log. I never wrapped this one. I just noticed that today. This is that maple with I cut a 6-inch thick slab on one side, and the rest were 3 inches. That's some heavy woodwork there. That is some heavy woodwork. And then this, I don't know what this was. I mean, look at this end. Eaten by bugs. But then you go over here and look. I think that was a piece of red oak. I mean, it's all warped and everything, but it's cool looking. Oh well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back again. I know I got a ton more black walnut to cut, and I got a lot of oak, and I got white oak, and I don't know what it's going to be next week, but it'll be something good. This is from my buddy Nathan Elliott. He always ends his videos like that. What's in there? Oh. Eggs still? I can't tell. Baby chicks.